Hello everyone, this is Jean here. Welcome to this video where I will show you how to create a Docker container for Aranym. So Aranym, you know, it's an Atari virtual machine you can run on a today's computer. And I wanted to implement this as a Docker container because I would show you, but I think it makes sense now to have this running on Docker. So I created a Docker repository here. So I will in the description, I will put every link, useful link for this. But what you need actually for running this is obviously a Docker host. So this is what I have here. I have a Docker host. I will connect it to through SSH to it. And if you read the description, so you will need this Docker host. You will need also a VNC viewer. We will see that later on. PuTTY to connect to the FreeMint session in the virtual Atari machine. But let's go to the description and see how we can install everything here. So first thing, you will need to create a Docker host, some kind of shared folder between the container and the Atari virtual machine. So let's do that. So I will just simply read the instruction here. So we create a directory here named, I don't know, Aranym .tprod, for example. This is just that you can name it anything you like, and you can put it everywhere you like. Doesn't matter. So okay, so I have this folder now. So I will jump to this folder. Okay. So very first thing, before we will then download the Docker image, but first we need to prepare the image by fetching an Atari, not an Atari, sorry, an Aranym, EasyARAMint, sorry, files to run the Aranym, because you know Aranym will run the virtual machine, but virtual machine will have its own operating system, which will be here FreeMint. So we need an image of this FreeMint. So I put the image here. So what you just need to do is to extract this image from to the local directory. So like this. So you see it's pretty fast. So this is a tar file, so you have to extract it locally, of course. So I put all the instructions there anyway. Okay, so now we are going to extract. So you see all the what is needed by the Atari machine to run an operating system, with tons of software and so on. You will see. So we have a lot of applications. We will see that later on. But for the time being, let's just extract everything. So this is done. Okay, so now we see, just to have a quick look at this, we see, yeah, so we see the file we just downloaded here, the archive, and we see a couple of files. So just to give you some description here, so this is a file to explain how to change the VNC password. We'll see that. The config file, very important for Aranym. This is what Aranym will use to run. So it will be pretty, it's auto-configured here, but anything about Aranym configuration is there. EasyARAMint. So EasyARAMint, let's have a look at this. Because EasyARAMint actually, this is just a customized image of what has been provided by Philippe Noble, which also links to the description. By the way, the description is here, and I put a file here to describe whatever I change based on this distribution here. So basically, you have two images. You have the C drive and the D drive. C drive is the FreeMint to boot, sorry, and D drive is all the Linux stuff here. So they are quite big. Not everything is used, but yeah, that's it. What do we have also? We have also Emitos. Emitos is the TOS for Aranym, basically. We have hostfs, which is very important because it's the best way to share data between the Docker container, between FreeMint and the Docker host here. So this is what we need. Snapshot, this is for running stuff, and here this is the VNC password that's been encrypted here. Okay, so now we have all the Atari machine, let's say, configuration in place. So what we need now is to create a container. So to create the container, it's based on Docker Compose here. So here we have Docker Compose template file I'm going to use to demonstrate this. Just a comment here. So you can use either Docker Compose. So you will see the instruction like Docker Compose up and etc. Or you can what I'm doing here is to use Portainer with this kind of graphic user interface for Docker. So this is what I will use here to create this container. So on Docker, on Portainer here, actually to use Docker Compose, you create a stack. So let's add a stack. Let's name it Aranym. I know. So Aranym tprod like this. Okay, I just copy paste from the Docker Hub description the template of the Docker Compose file. So here you see. So there are a few things to customize here. Here you won't need to customize this one, but I will need because I have already a container named Aranym, so I just customize it to name it Aranym tprod. So the image is coming from this repository, which is my repository here. We start on failure, yes, in case it fails. We have two ports here, 59,000 and 22,000. The right side here, you don't change it. You just change this one, so the 5900 and the 22000 here, to expose a different port reachable to the Docker host. Because I have already something running on this port here on the host, so I will just change it, just add one basically to it, to instruct Docker that I will use a different. I want to expose a different port here. Okay, so here this is for the VNC session, so the X11 session that will be open to the Aranym application in the Docker container. Here you have to state basically your keyboard. So here in French, so I'm putting FR. Probably you will need EN for English and so on. Here, this is the resolution you want to use for the Atari machine. So remember, we are running Aranym, so we are allowed to have a very big resolution here. So my screen is a little bigger than that, so I will add a few more lines, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like this. I will keep the same width here. So it's width, 8, and number of planes. So in Aranym, this is typically with the kind of setting you can use. You can also define the modes you want Aranym to run in. So I'm using JIT because it's the most performant one. You can use also MMU if you want to use memory protection, which is pretty unusual as far as I understand for Aranym, but you can use it. So MMU. This is all described in the Docker file, in the Docker description in the repository anyway. If you put anything else, you would just run Aranym in normal mode, so no JIT, just regular Aranym. And here, this line, you define how much fast RAM you want on this Atari machine. So yeah, put like half a meg, which is quite big for an Atari machine, but yeah, that's so fun. This you don't want to touch because this is for the container to run properly, so don't touch that. And here, this is very important. Here, basically, this is where the folder which has just been created here. So this is how you share data between your host, Docker host, I mean, and the container. So here I see this is an old setup, but what we want to use here is a folder we just created. So basically, it's where I put all the stuff, where all the data has been copied to. It's here. So yeah, it's here. So we see in the SSH session here. It's there. So the container expect to find some EasyARAMint folder, hostfs, and so on this local host here, local host folder here, and this will be mapped into the container to a /Aranym Aranym folder. Okay, that's pretty much it. So now we have to deploy the stack. This will be quite fast on my configuration because all the images are basically already local, so it will take a little bit more on your side, but just wait. So deploy, so stack has been deployed, and I can run now the VNC viewer to connect to the Atari machine. So remember the port was 59001. Sorry, yeah, it's just a password here, sorry. And the password, every password is Aranym actually. Okay, and see, here it is. You have your Aranym Atari machine running FreeMint, just has been started up. This is here, this is a X11 connection here. Everything is done remotely, and you have everything in place, almost everything already in place. So on the first boot, you will see this, where Mint will prompt you for a keyboard to use. Just pay a little bit attention because here it has been a little bit delayed because I spoke. But when you start, you will see here generating SSH keys. This is for establishing the keys for the SSH session. So make sure before you close that key edit here, make sure that you see ECDSA because it means that all the keys have been generated. So here, as I'm French, I will load the key table for France. Here it is. I have it. I will use that layout permanently, and that's it. And so now I can quit, and that's it. So here we see that next time we start this machine, we won't see that again. And here you see we installed the SSH server. So that means that we can have a direct connection from anywhere on your network to FreeMint actually. So let's use PuTTY, which is my favorite one. Let's connect to the IP of the Docker host, which is this one for me. The port you expose in the Docker Compose file, so 22001 here, and open that. And you see, we have a connection here. Okay, we have this alert because it's the first time that these keys that have just been generated are seen by my system. But yeah, just accept it. Login as root. Password, as I mentioned, is always Aranym. No capitalized, nothing, just Aranym. And you're in. And you are connected here to your FreeMint machine through SSH. That's so fun. See, we can go to the root, see whatever we have here. Sorry about the colors, maybe it's not the best one, but yeah. So let's see. Let's move to cd/h, which is the hostfs folder on the host. And you see here we have all applications. We have access to all applications here directly from the command line. So you have tons of applications here. Okay, so this is a fun way to access FreeMint, but the best way would be simply to use this window basically. So hit return to close the window. And here, so this is the EasyARAMint developed by Philippe Nob, which is very useful, contains almost everything. So let's have a look at the U drive, which is the unified drive on FreeMint. And you see, this is coming from the network. It's very smooth. It's almost if you are using it locally. Just keep in mind that this here, this SSH session is a SSH connection to the Docker host, which is another machine. Here I'm running on Windows. I have this X11 client here connected to this machine. So it's a machine on my network. It's not my local machine here, and it's very smooth. Very nice. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So here we have the C drive, which is yeah, like the system drive for FreeMint. So you will see Mint, GemSys. I will not detail this because it would be too long anyway, and many people would do it much better than me. But what I would like to point out, yeah, we have a D drive. Also, this is all the Linux stuff basically. And what most interestingly, we have the H drive, which is hostfs. So this is directly mapped to. Let me make this like this. So this drive here, H, is directly mapped to your host, Docker host here, which is here, hostfs. So you see everything you see here. Sorry, it's not working here. Let's see application development. We see everything there. So you have a tons of application. It's based on the EasyARAMint. So yeah, you have everything you already have here. I just updated the Gemtail and Vision to the last version. So yeah, I developed them. So yeah, I do that. You will note a xsys folder here. Very important. Don't touch it because it's for the container to run, especially this file, fvdi.sys. Just have a look. You see, it's the resolution we defined in the Docker Compose. So this is a way how to define the resolution in Docker Compose file and how FreeMint will use it. It will use this hostfs drive. And to be a little bit more specific here, if you go to C here, let's use the SSH session here. Let's go to C drive here. And just have a note that this fvdi.sys in the system drive is a symlink actually to this file in a hostfs drive. So yeah, so basically don't touch this folder. It's mandatory to make the container work. So you see is the first setup script that we see at when it FreeMint started initially. Okay, so let's use basically this Atari machine a little bit. So I will show you Gemtail. This is a program I developed. Basically, this is a tail function for Gem. So you have a couple of applications here. So it's tailing its own log file here, Gemtail. It's also tailing Vision log file, so the old one. So if I starting Vision here, it will load all the modules, and let's reload the tail, and you will see that you have the Vision log file here. And if I do something in Vision, for example, I will load stars, for example. So see how fast it is. This is all coming from the network. Okay, so this is a picture from Vision. So you see all the Vision logs that are actually displayed here. Let's see. Let's do maybe some the module I like very much. This is where is it? Black hole. Yeah. So let's apply this black hole in real time. You would see. So yeah, see that you can move the black hole wherever you like. See, okay, let's do that. So yeah, very fast. You see, Aranym is very fast actually. So yeah, and here you have your changed image with the black hole, which is based here. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is not how to show you how Vision works, but let's exit it. Don't change the image. So you see again the logs that are displayed here, and also the console here. Yes, because everything in this container is set up to have internet access. So if I'm, for example, using NetSurf, you will see that NetSurf can reach any website, any valid website. Yeah, it's a little bit long, but yeah, we're coming to that. TPS, so the first one which comes to me, sorry, it's my own site, but just for purpose. See, yeah, this is my own site, basically hosted on the same machine as here, but yeah, it's here. And so, just to show you that you have full internet access here. Okay, so for the first video, I think this is so it's everything I wanted to show to you. Unless I forgot something, let me quickly check. Yes, something I want to show you is the advantage of this container thing. So let's see. Okay, so now I have my Atari machine running somewhere. Just close the X11 session. Yeah. So that does not mean that you exited Aranym. Aranym is still running on this host actually. And if you connect it again, so same password again, you can change this password. There are instructions for doing that. Maybe it would be better to change, but yeah. Can you see? I just came to the same state I was using before. Very same thing. I have everything I left and it's still running here. One last thing I want to show you is if you want to shut down FreeMint here. So you come here. Maybe I want to click get outside as well. So let's shut down the Aranym. You can reboot as well, but let's shut down because there is something very specific I want to show you. So proceed. So here it is shut down. So you see that as soon as Aranym application is shut down because FreeMint exited, the X11 session is closed. Okay. Okay, and so my SSH session, of course. So now you will see in the stack, so Aranym prod, that there still have the container here. It's exited, but it's still present. And if you try to start it again, let's do that just for the sake of it. So we see, so it has started, but if you look into the logs, you see that there are some errors. There may be things to troubleshoot that, to make it easier, but yeah, for the time being, so you see at the end it failed to start. So just for that, just make sure that you are on the container. You click on the container, you say remove. So you delete the container actually. If the container has just existed, it's not enough. It can't be restarted like this. The simplest way would be to, when you exit FreeMint, you delete the container. So either you go to Portainer here, or you are using Docker Compose down, I think. And so if you want to restart it again, so you go to the stack here in container, editor, update stack, it starts again, and then you see you are able to connect to the container again. So here, shortly you saw the Debian operating system running the container, FreeMint boot, and you see now you don't have anymore the prompt for the keyboard, and you are back to your FreeMint just like if you just rebooted your machine. So that's it. I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions, and yeah, just use it because I think it's so fun.